High on a telephone wire, a mockingbird weaves a doorbell, a child's laugh, and a wan car alarm into one long, curious sentence of song. I'm Samnong. Welcome to Avian Tranquility, where we slow down and listen.
In that moment, the neighborhood becomes a score, and the bird a careful composer. A melody stitched from the ordinary, made new each time it is sung.
Listen closely. You might hear a metallic chirp that sounds like a washer starting, a high, questioning trill, then the soft imitation of a sparrow's call. These borrowed sounds are how a mockingbird remembers its world.
The Northern Mockingbird lives across much of North America. Yards, parks, vacant lots, mall islands, places where shrubs meet lawns and people pass by. In field guides, it appears as Mimus polyglottos. For most of us, it is the neighbor shouting its stories from wires and hedges.
Spring arrives, and the first small dramas of life begin. A pair chooses a territory, often just a few yards, where a hedge, a garden, and a porch light meet. Nest building is careful work. Twigs, grasses, and a soft lining tucked deep to cradle the eggs. You can almost see the hands at work.
Clutches typically number 2 to 4 eggs, pale and speckled. Incubation runs roughly 12 to 14 days. Parents trade duties in a quiet rhythm. One broods while the other forages, so the nest stays warm and safe.
When chicks hatch, they are urgent, feathered mouths. For days, the nest is a non-stop chain of deliveries. Beetles, caterpillars, berries, each beakful a small promise. The neighborhood hums around them, a lawnmower far off, a radio through a window. Inside the nest, there is only the work of keeping them fed.
Growing up never feels safe, but mockingbirds show a quiet toughness. Storms can flatten low shrubs, hawks circle the air with shadowed patience, neighborhood cats patrol edges. Still, parents teach alarms and evasions, sharp calls that send chicks flat and hidden.
I've seen a parent flare its wings to reveal white patches, an unignorable signal, and dive at a predator, not to injure, but to push it away. The message arrives clearly. This place is defended. This life will be fought for.
Young voices begin as fragments, short phrases stitched together in awkward order. They practice at the hedge, at the corner post, until their songs grow longer and more confident. Listening to them is like hearing a child learning to speak in a new neighborhood.
Mimicry is the heart of their music. Males, especially, collect sounds and reorder them. Car alarms, bell chimes, other birds, sometimes hundreds of phrases across seasons. But how do they learn so many sounds? Have you ever caught one copying your radio or a ringtone and felt a jolt of recognition? Researchers point to sharp hearing, long memory, and social practice. Males practice at length, shaping sequences to hold territory or charm a mate. Each borrowed note is a memory tethered to a place, a corner of a street, a particular swing set, a certain porch light. Diet is flexible and practical. They eat insects pulled from leaf litter, moths snatched from porch lights, and berries that cling to thorny shrubs. This mixture lets them thrive where human gardens meet wild edges.
Courtship is quieter than you might expect. A male arranges small, bright objects, pale scraps of paper, a twist of foil near the nest, and sings longer, more ornate phrases. He performs short flights that catch the light. The female watches, reading each gesture, each line of song, as if the male is writing a careful letter.
Territory in suburbs is often narrow.
Just a few lawns stitched together, and yet it is meaningful. At dusk, a male will sing from a perch where several yards meet, as if stitching the edges by sound. That song tells other birds, these borders hold, these territories have a keeper.
The human side of the story is intimate and small. A child on a bicycle, laundry snapping in a breeze, the click of a garage. These all become motifs a mockingbird can borrow. I once sat on a stoop for an hour and watched a male arrange a pale twist of foil on a fence line like a tiny offering. He returned to it throughout the afternoon, as if making sure it stayed where the light could find it.
Folklore grows around such moments. Mockingbirds appear in poems and stories as witnesses, guardians, sometimes harbingers. Those tales shape our behavior, sometimes tender, sometimes careless, and the birds adapt to the habits we leave in the world.
If you want to notice them more, try small, doable steps. Plant native shrubs that offer both shelter and berries. Allow a corner of leaf litter to remain for insects, and keep outdoor cats indoors during nesting season. These actions make neighborhoods kinder places for birds.
Joining a project like eBird is another simple way to help. Record a sighting, add a note, and that observation becomes part of a larger map that scientists and conservationists use. Small records become a big picture.
Conservation for a common bird often moves quietly, protecting hedgerows, reducing pesticide use, and supporting green patches in neighborhoods. These are not dramatic solutions, just steady ones that invite resilience into the everyday places we share.
Thinking about one bird's life reveals larger patterns. How adaptability meets neighborhood change. How small habits create whole communities of life. The mockingbird teaches us to listen closely, patiently, to the world at our edges.
And there lies a story worth remembering. The bird asks for little: safe nests, steady food, and room to sing. In return, it offers a daily music that ties a place together. Before we go, do one small thing tonight. Find a window seat, a stoop, or a quiet corner, and listen. Notice the phrases the mockingbird borrows from your life. It may be a familiar bell, a laugh, or the cadence of a distant radio.
If this episode gave you a gentle moment of calm, please subscribe to Avian Tranquility and share it with someone who will listen. Record a mockingbird sighting on eBird. Your note matters.
Thank you for spending this hour with a single song that holds a whole neighborhood. Watch how the world unfolds and remember them. Respect them. Learn from them. Until next time, may you find small pockets of stillness, and may the soft wing beats of nature stay with you wherever you are.